This is Coon Cassius for IFLTV. Delighted to be joined by Eddie Hearn. Eddie, before we start, I do want to talk about Ricky Hatton before we talk about his press conference. Just what a tragic loss to not just the boxing world, but to the world in general.
Yeah, I mean, Sunday was like, obviously we'd finished Belfast, it was great. Just had Canelo Crawford, and then just got a message, and it was just, I don't think there was anyone in boxing, I don't think there was anyone in the country that didn't feel sick to their stomach with the news, you know. Ricky's 46 years of age, you know, it's like, and always full of life, isn't he? I mean, you knew him so well, like, and you've just never heard anyone say a bad word about him, ever. And he always made you feel like you were mates, you know, like, and obviously I've known him for years and years, but obviously promoting Campbell, I can't imagine how Campbell is feeling. I'm so devastated for them. He's just a great guy. I mean, not forget the fighting bit, because he was an unbelievable fighter and one of the most popular fighters the country's ever produced, but just that person that had time for everyone. You know, I've seen some videos that he did for you, like he would just do anything for anyone. And probably, you know, when he needed to help himself, he was always more interested in helping others, which is a sign of someone that's incredibly selfless. And, you know, and he was like one of the last breeds of fighters to be built, or sports stars to be built away from social media. And to think that he had that following without social media just goes to show you that that popularity came from the cleanliness of his heart and how he was around people in his community, rather than having a content team follow him around, making videos because it looks good for them. There's none of that. Ricky was Ricky, and everyone knew what a great bloke he was. And, you know, he was on the ground, wasn't he? He would finish his fight, he'd be with the lads, he'd be in the city. And to have, 40,000 people travel out for the Mayweather fight, only about 6,000 of them could get in. And that you'll never see anything like that. So
It's never been replaced though, has it really?
But it's because it's like, people like Ricky Hatton come around once in a lifetime, you know? And because, like, how do you have that following without even really being built? Like, I know he was coming through on fights, but everybody loved him. And for that amount of people to put their hand in their pocket, pay for flights, pay for hotels, that goes to show how loved he was. And I'm so devastated for Campbell and Matthew, you know, and the whole family. But obviously they're two people that we know very well. And I can only imagine the pain, and I hope that, you know, God can give everyone strength to get through what is a really sad time. You know, even walking around here today, you can see people's faces because, like I said, he made you feel like he was your mate. I mean, he was your mate, and he was a lot of people's mate. But even someone who, you know, I've met him quite a few times, but I could sit here and talk to him for 20 minutes, half an hour, you know, easily. And he'd make you laugh, he'd be joking around. And, you know, the reality is that even last week, he was doing videos for people, trying to help them, you know. Listen, mate, I know you're struggling a bit at the moment. And, like, can you imagine? Like, and that's the reality of the world that we're in. You can wear a mask, but underneath the mask, people have no idea what's going on. And it's very difficult. You know, you talk about, you've got to talk, but in this industry and in life in general, as a man, it's quite difficult to talk, you know, just randomly about needing help. And people talk about a void when you leave boxing. And obviously there must have been a big void for Ricky because of the adulation and the size of the moments he was in. But Ricky had, you know, he was a promoter, he was a manager, he was a trainer, you know, he was a father, he was a granddad, he you know, and still the struggle was there. And, you know, we must never forget that about people, you know, always check in on people, because don't just expect them to just come and start talking to you. But so sad. And, you know, just such no age. And, you know, it was the last thing anybody expected to see. And, you know, really sad.
Thanks for that, Ed. Yeah, obviously our thoughts and prayers go out to the whole Hatton family and all his friends as well. Right, I don't know how long we've got here because the presser.
It's supposed to start in 1 minute.
Is it? I don't think
Unlikely.
that's probably going to happen. No. But well, why did you say he wasn't coming?
Because, listen,
I didn't believe it.
Yeah, of course.
But,
of course, because you.
But Eubank actually clipped it out and put it out.
I couldn't believe I pulled his plonker. Like, you know me. Do you think Eddie Hearn is not coming to the Eubank Ben presser? Come on. Like, I don't care if I get slated up there, if he talks shit about me, if he makes stuff. I don't know. But I'm not going to go. So, I don't know. And I've actually, it's a bit late now, but I've been thinking to myself, doing interviews last 15, 20 minutes, I should really plan something. But I don't, you know, like he's a really good planner. Like he would have been thinking over the last couple of days, yeah, I'm going to say this, I'm going to do this. I'm like, I don't really know what to do. So I'm going to start talking, he's going to interrupt me, and then I'm probably going to go, oh, do you know what, don't worry about it. And that's going to be it. I think, I don't know.
I was going to ask, because he's obviously been overpowering you with his...
Maybe I should not let him talk. But I just think it's so muggy. I don't want to make an idiot. Like, maybe when he starts going, you know, they'll go, Chris, you know, tell us about the first fight. Well, and I go, no one wants to listen to you, Chris. Shall I do that? Boring. Boring.
Do something. Don't let him... Because you've been mugged off in his press conferences. No offence, but you have.
Yeah, but I just don't... Like, because otherwise, you make it a massive thing. Like, I don't really know what to say other than... I've given him loads of props. Like, I've never fallen out with him. He's like, you tried to disrupt my career. It's like, what are you talking about? But I've said, unbelievable credit to both men. Even Eubank, clearly don't get on with. But what they did in the first fight was amazing. So I haven't really got a lot to say other than this will be the 13th round. Watch the first fight back. And this time, Conor, will be better. He'll be more equipped. He'll have the activity. He's fought at 160. He'll keep his head better. He won't just fight off pure emotion at all times. And we believe we're going to win this fight.
Can Chris Eubank be better? I know there's a question of Conor needs to be better or will be better. But
apparently he wasn't well and, you know, a couple of weeks out and blah, blah, blah. As I understand it, he's got a special guest here today, which we understand is Bomac, and that's his new trainer. He's not messing around bringing in Bomac. If Conor Benn was no good, if Conor Benn wasn't a threat, why would you go to the extreme of bringing in Bomac? Chris knows what he's in for on November 15th. And it's not going to be pretty again. But these are two tough guys, and it's very personal and very deep for them. So you can expect another thriller.
Do you expect... it's a bit weird talking to you before the press conference because I feel like if we're chasing you after the press conference and something's happened, but are you expecting kind of it to not go off, not saying Eggate and all that, but...
Sure, look, there's no way Eubank's going to want to come and not try and aggravate me, or I don't know what he's going to try and do, but that's going to be something that I guess is going to happen. But, I don't care if he does. I mean, I want to say a few words about Ricky. I think that's important. But other than that, he can interrupt me if he wants. I mean, but yeah, maybe I'll interrupt him. I don't know.
That would be interesting. In fact, I'm going to encourage you to do that.
I'll be looking at you. Go on, son. Interrupt him, Ed. Just staring at him.
No, right, just run through a couple of things before. Lewis Crocker's here.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned about the Conor Benn situation, but obviously Conor Benn's in this fight, etc. But Lewis Crocker, the future looks bright for him.
Yeah, I mean, massive. He's world welterweight champion. He's got the world at his feet. He's got so many huge fights at his feet. Like a lot of people, he's calling out Conor Benn. Right now, my job is to plan the future of Conor Benn. But right now, the focus of Conor Benn is on November 15th. And, Conor wants to fight for a world welterweight title. And that's an easy fight to make with two guys that are in-house. So that could be a huge fight in Belfast or in London. But that wouldn't be till February, March of next year. So we've got to get through and win on November 15th.
Canelo Crawford, you sided or edged towards Canelo.
At the end.
You did?
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to not back Canelo. I was disappointed in myself because I just felt the whole time Crawford would win this fight on points and dominate the fight. And I just, I see Canelo in the vest and he's my guy, and I was like, no, Sal's got it. And what I saw was exactly what I thought I would see, if I'm honest. Which was a brilliant performance. I mean, Crawford's 38, isn't he? I mean, just amazing. And his IQ is incredible. I'm really pleased because if you look at Crawford's resume, it doesn't match his ability. Does that make sense?
He's only really been given credit for the Spence fight.
Yeah, but he could have beaten so many more fighters.
Correct.
But he never got those fights. Or when he fought people, they were at the end of their career. I was pleased that he got I know Sal's old as well, but still, it's massive moving up to super middleweight and beating Canelo. So I don't know what he's going to do now. I guess that could be it, you know.
Who should either or fight?
I just don't know what, he's not going to fight for less than, I don't know, 20 million, 30 million. Who is out there? I don't think Canelo's going to rematch him. Maybe go to 160 and try and win what would be a 6th championship title.
Any update on AJ?
No, we're ready. We're ready to start planning. January, February, you'll see him back in the ring.
Could it be Nigeria?
Ghana at the moment.
Oh, I mean Ghana. So I'm going to Nigeria soon. And Netflix has just come out.
Yeah. Doing big numbers already.
You're slating it, though.
Are they?
All right. Good luck. Into the fire, Eddie.
Go on then.
Into the fire. Go on, Eddie.